And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rose and His New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes a guest. He's a writer, radio personality, and football analyst. It's Dave Dameshek. Tone Zone is here to explain why you should never trust a doctor whose diploma is from the Museum of Mustard. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen, Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little pig picking cakes. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend. That particular carbohydrate, and full disclosure, I don't know what that is, and I didn't look it up. So it's pig pickin' cake. I mean, it sounds, I bet it's surprisingly delicious. Was sent in on Patreon by Kathleen Rue. Yes, I'm on Patreon. All sorts of stuff over there. You can get bonus episodes of The Friend Zone. And now Daniel and I are doing a weekly bonus episode where we go over the news. People are throwing out their copies of the Wall Street Journal, the USA Today, various posts.
We want to be your only source of news.
Bulletins. Any sort of news source, throw it out because we're here now weekly. It's so good. And it's on patreon.com/Allison Rosen. Also, there's a level where you can text me and I will text you back. Do an annual subscription and get 2 months free.
That's a good deal.
Unless you hate spending money. I mean, if you hate spending money. If you hate saving money, do it monthly. Daniel, don't give me that look. I'm just puzzling through it all makes sense. Also, I'm on Substack. AllisonRosen.substack.com. Today is a special day because someone that I have been wanting to have on the show for a long time, who hasn't been here in a long time, and I don't think I've seen you in person in an even longer time than that. Dave Dameshek, hello.
Oh my God, what a pleasure at long last. I mean, I can't get over so many things. This is too much for me all at once. First of all, your weird little empire that you have going here.
Thank you.
Is better than ever. And now we're in, because you don't do video, how much does the listener do you let into your physical world? Do you do photo essays that reveal
we should do photojournalism.
Oh, we should.
The estate that from which this podcast emanates?
To a degree, yeah, because sometimes I do short little videos in here. And, you know, the move is toward video. I just did a video. Do you know wrestler Colt Cabana? Do you follow wrestling?
I've heard that name.
Yeah. I had wrestler and comedian Colt Cabana on the show, and that one's on YouTube.
Oh, great.
So occasionally
Once every 2 or 3 years, you'll drop a video episode.
That's how you get the regular following. It's once every 2 or 3 years.
I have many things to go over, but it's your show, so I'm not going to take it. But the only thing I'll say is what you have is what I dream of, which, like I say, is an estate. And in my head, an estate means that you have multiple physical dwellings on one piece of soil, on one piece of property.
Have a wing.
I love the idea of being able to, I'll be in the other house.
Yeah. Called the studio.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrific. Now, I see you are considering painting these walls. It's a smaller space, and you have some darker colors. I say go bold. I think it'll suit the mood.
When you say bold, do you mean dark or do you mean
I think
like
a
the
nice
turquoise?
Dark color would be nice and cozy, and it'll be even more welcoming to future guests.
Can I tell you, Dave Dameshek, this is 2.0 of the colors. Initially, I was hanging, and they're still here somewhere. This brown one is a relic from when I was looking at
Ugh, that would be bad.
Okay. When I was looking at
Imagine 6 shades of that hue, you know, like.
I was looking at a terracotta,
brown,
various browns and reds. No one but me liked them. I was told it looked like I was hanging slabs of meat around the room. I refer to it as prosciutto core. I still think they look better, though, because I know that you're taking in how it feels to you, in which case, sure, I like a blue as well. It's my favorite color. But I had my colors done, okay? I am a true autumn. Do you know about getting your colors done?
I haven't had my colors done. I can self-assess and have, as a vain person, I consider myself an autumn.
Oh, well, isn't it weird?
Well, look at me. We have the same coloring, right? We both can probably put on a decent tan when we need to, but we're brown-eyed, dark brown haired.
I assumed I was a winter because I've been pale for so long, but you're right. When I was a kid and I was in the sun, I did have a pretty reasonably dark hue. So as an autumn, I don't think these blues are doing me any favors, but the prosciutto core really made me dazzle.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't go down the prosciutto route. I think a navy would go really well in here.
That is
it would feel like
dark.
a recording studio, right? I mean, it would feel almost like you're
staring at Tony.
Well, Tony,
well, he knows about it.
Tony's afraid to disagree with you
Because I'm mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, boss.
Wait, you know what? We haven't even officially introduced him. Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. But wouldn't I look good against Daniel's shirt?
I see
You
what
have
you're
to
saying. You're
only
not
wear that shirt
crazy
anymore.
about it.
What about that dark brown wood paneling type situation between the blue?
Not
and
bad.
the-
Very lodgy, you know.
Right.
Would
What about-
feel retro.
What about
But
this
it's
more
got the dark.
prosciutto colored wood?
Enough with the prosciutto colored wood.
She's
What are
hungry.
you,
She just
if
needs
you're
lunch.
hungry, go make a sandwich. I want you to have a nice dark color.
What
on
about
these walls.
this? This is a reddish wood.
This is an audio podcast, sister. What are you're holding up a piece
I
of wood
know.
at me. Yeah, it does look like, you know what? It looks like maybe a poorly prepared piece of bacon, which is a close cousin, I guess, of prosciutto.
Yeah.
A couple things before I forget is Allison Rosen, who I have not seen in a decade, is a different person, and you've lost. You're physically transformed. You're wasting away into nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you were a vision before, so it's
Thank
not
you.
like, oh wow, you've really jazzed yourself up quite a bit. You were an attractive person. You're still an attractive person. You just cut a different figure. Also behind you, you have some mucus relief
Look, I've got a
tablets of some
phlegm.
sort.
Okay.
I don't know why.
It's mucin. I have a phlegm issue, which I think
Ongoing?
Yeah.
Just like
Well,
a
no-
lifelong battle against mucus?
I have chronic
Pretty
phlegm.
bad.
No, I find that when it's time to talk into the microphone, I get froggy. And I don't know if it has to do with drinking coffee before the show or if it has to do with sudden nerves. I don't know what it is, but I am constantly clearing my throat. Tony, back me up if you want.
Yeah, I have similar issues often.
Yes.
I think it's more. My guess is coffee related.
Maybe.
You're hooked on the muke, though. I
I've
don't know.
noticed, especially
Good stuff.
every now and then I'll have like a couple sips of a juice or something, guava juice in particular. It's very delicious. And that really brings it on.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have turned to Mucinex, but that's generic. I don't know if it helps or not. My
right.
voice is crystal clear right now.
I think it's a weird move to say. Now, I've known you for a long time, and it's certainly not something that's going to stand in the way of my feelings towards you. But it is a weird move to have mucus relief
And on
out there,
prominent
right,
display.
staring.
I know, it does seem
I mean,
to be
it's
on display.
literally looming over your left shoulder when I look at you. It's weird. Why? You know,
I've
why
tucked
do
it
that?
away. I've tucked it away.
Okay. All right.
She lets it all hang out.
This
feel like
doesn't
it's not
go on
normally
in the
so
other one of the other structures on your estate. You know, that only stands in the studio.
We have mucus
structure.
relief in the stable, and we have it in the tack
I
room.
feel like there's multiple rooms with mucus relief.
But they're not on display like this. No, you know what? You're thinking
guess.
of the bedroom where the boudoir where I used to have this bottle, but I brought it out here because I was tired of having to go
gets-
back.
So sexy in there.
Tony, hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Do you know who that is?
Who that voice was?
Yeah, hear it again.
Yeah.
So loud.
I don't know.
You-
It's Ray.
Wow.
Ray Oldhofer.
Ray Oldhofer.
Pull from the past.
Has he shadowed these doors?
Not in a long time. He helped us at the beginning, and then I haven't talked to him in a real long time.
Yeah.
You?
I have not seen Ray in some time, but you know, I'd like to fix that soon. No, I didn't recognize that was his voice there. You next up a gazebo would be good.
Well,
Statement.
I mean,
some changes might be coming soon. Stay tuned. We're going to put a porch. I want to put a covering. It gets so fucking hot here.
Oh, I thought you were about to announce, you know, new digs altogether.
Oh, no, not
Big
for a
move.
long. We know of. I have two children, 9 and 7. They're freshly 9 and freshly 7, both boys. And I know that we will outgrow this house
It's
eventually.
already starting to get like,
but
you know,
I'm not. We're not. the idea
small for their...
of buying a house and moving and all that. No, thank you.
It's dreadful stuff. But I could tell when Daniel opened the door for me a few minutes ago to your front door, I could tell you had 2 boys under the age of 10 there, just based on
the shit everywhere.
Yeah, the layout of the crib. You're past trying to dress it up, which is great. Which is that's where I come down. That's exactly where I am on it.
Oh my God!
For whom are you preparing the home? Like, we got to get all this up. My wife, got to get. What are we doing with this? This looks. It looks like a tornado blew through here.
Yeah.
Never mind that she sounds like an 87-year-old woman, but like, a tornado blew through here. But besides that, like, why are we fixing the house? Well, who cares? Who's coming over besides us? No, we don't.
But we don't like living.
Do you have people over besides podcast guests?
No. Okay. No, but the array of guests who've seen our house in a state worse than this is tremendous.
It's humiliating. But here's the thing. The amount of effort that it would take to keep this house in that shape is not worth the humiliation. It's like, all right, you just say it's like.
But does your wife get it in a hurricane-less state before people come over?
I can tell that she has legit agita about the state of the house. Look at this kid. Look, this is a wreck. Like the empty cup on the counter that counts as a tornado having passed through.
Do you know who Moshe Kasher is?
Yeah.
He came to do the podcast many years ago because Elliot was like a baby / toddler, and he was like, could I take pictures of your house so I can send them to Natasha Leggero, his wife, so that she knows this is how I never want our house to look? Because they had just had a baby. This was when
I'd like to know if their house still, because they were very proud of how their house was.
They have a very tight design
immaculate.
sense.
And it's like, okay, but now when your kid's 6, is it still?
Yeah.
Because
this was
hard.
We instead of creating a little like baby play area, we just penned in our entire couches and living room, so we were like all inside. Why did we do that? Did it have to do with dogs?
The dogs, we have various gates. We're sort of like a high security penitentiary where you have to get buzzed and then you have to get buzzed again. Like I have a gate before my desk, a gate to get into the kitchen, and it's all because of the puppy who has decided everything's on the table. And thinks it's a mountain goat, like can jump clear across the room onto a desk, will eat.
Does parkour.
Erasers, will eat any kind of anything.
And before you say just train your dog.
Headphones?
No, thank you. I said, and before anyone says just train your dog, no, thank you. We'd rather gate everything.
Yeah.
I support your lifestyle. Don't let me don't take any of my any of this as me admonishing
but what
the way you do. Although that said, you don't have to build on it, and that's exactly what you've done. And I don't want to say anything that you're going to get to here, but going through your living room, I did find myself vaguely disturbed by what I saw.
I would like to get to that in a second.
I know. I just said I'm not gonna say.
Did you say?
I mentioned it.
It's the fact that I can think of multiple things you could be referring to.
I know. I have one in mind, but what was the term though for what we are? Past caring? Did you say you're past caring?
Past worrying about things that you might have in your single years.
Past caring, though. But what's past caring the phrase? Because I love it, and it's right. That's our aesthetic.
Past caring.
Past
I'm not
caring.
fully past caring.
We all only have so much time here on the Big Blue Marble. Let's make sure we use our time wisely. Let's live instead of just survive. And surviving is cleaning crap up. Why? For whom?
Right. Yes. But when I think about the limited marble time that we have, I think I spent 7/8 of my life, because I'm going to get it cleaned up at the end. I spent 7/8 of my life living in a messy place when I would have been so much happier if it was neat and tidy. I feel like this is my pattern in life. Like, I feel like my senior year of college, I really buckled down with my studies. I really liked my professors, and my brain just exploded, and in a good way. And I really was studying, and I loved the academics of it. My senior year of college, none of the other years. And
but
I can't.
To be clear, you were still a nerd before that. You just weren't very good at it.
Yeah, I leveled up. I guess so.
Are you in a band at this point?
I'm not.
I have yet to even do that. Okay, interesting.
Oh. I thought you meant, am I in a band in my life right now?
No. Are you?
But actually,
in
no, I
college?
wasn't. No, I was in a band after college.
Okay.
I can't think of other examples right now, but I feel like my pattern is when I get to the end. Oh, I know. I will lay down to take a nap for, let's say, an hour, but I will be on my phone for 50 minutes, but I'll fall asleep in the last 10 minutes. I do accomplish my goal. And I just feel like the last 5 to 10 years of my life, I'm going to shine. My house will be organized. I'll be doing all the things you need to do.
What's your plans to make that happen?
It's just going to happen. Like I didn't make plans to fall asleep in the last 10 minutes. It just happened. I didn't make plans to be a great student my senior year.
Well, it's very passive. Your dream is very passive. Like it's going to happen to you.
Yeah, I look forward
this
to
is
that.
Something that you need to do.
It's a pattern of behavior, though.
Yeah.
I've long said that when I turn, it's funny because I used to say when I was 80 this would happen. Then I bumped it up to 75, and now I'm down to 70, and it may well creep into my 60s. Is like late in life when the kids are out of the house and everything.
Heroin.
That's exactly right.
Was that what...
Heroin.
Have we talked? I think we talked about. Wait,
yeah, it's funny because I had the deja vu. I could swear the last time we talked, which has to be 5 or 6 years ago, I think we had this same conversation, and
it's such a good
idea. I guess
idea.
the update is 75 now up to 70.
So you're down to
Closing in.
But I feel like
Smack.
when I first introduced you, when I first interviewed you, because I've interviewed you a handful of times over the years, I feel like it was like in the 80s, like 89 at that point.
I don't know, but I'm.
You're bringing it closer to you.
I'm getting excited.
He's getting too excited. It's like why?
He's
why
scratching
have it be
his
so
arm
far
right
off?
now. You are
I can't
scratching
believe. I just. I mean, well, I can believe that I would repeat myself. I can't believe I stumbled into repeating myself on a podcast with
happens.
the same thing. But you know why? Because it ain't jive with me. I'm not just spitting out crap.
No,
this
you're keeping
is my truth.
You're keeping it real.
You know,
Right.
he may not have because, or maybe he's only said this. Maybe he's not on the show, but Todd Cooper has this same plan.
Oh,
basically.
really?
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Does he want to? What's it called? The house where you shoot smack? A crack den? Does he want to join Dave's crack den?
I don't know.
No,
I
you
think he
need-
just thought, make it to a certain point. And he's like,
What do you
me,
do?
who cares?
You have a crack house, but you
Right.
go isn't it a flop house?
A flop house.
flop
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, for me, it's smoking cigarettes. I got to figure out how long
Okay.
it takes to get the lung cancer, and then that's the amount of time before I plan
Right.
to die. Because I watch people smoke cigarettes, and it's just like, you are so lucky that you can live exactly how you want to live.
I've never. I mean, when I was a teenager, I meant look cool and all that, but really more in my grown-up years has it struck me how cool it looks to be a smoker. Who in your book is the coolest smoker in pop culture?
Right now,
Well,
I mean, I always enjoyed the way David Lynch smoked a cigarette.
ooh,
Because it was just like you could tell he enjoyed every cigarette.
yeah.
There's lots of people who smoke cigarettes where they're past enjoying it. They're just doing it because they have to do it, and that's just sad. But if someone's still every single one of those, they're appreciating.
You know what you're like is that because I think one of the best examples of that, like really, really digging every drag on the cig, is Sean Penn. And when he gets Dead Man Walking, man, he's in handcuffs and he's still burning that nail real hard, like
He had nothing to worry about.
He knows what's coming. He's
Do you remember
gonna enjoy it.
the greatest insult delivered to me in college by someone who wasn't even trying to insult
Were you
me?
guys
She was a friend
together?
of mine. No, but this has come up on the show before.
I don't remember.
It was, you don't even look cool smoking. My friend Rebecca, and we remember.
I can see that you wouldn't be cool smoking.
Thank you. Remember, and I tried to.
Some people are just awkward with it. And
Yes.
it's just like that.
You're
doesn't-
both smokers and have been married for a decade,
Well,
and you've
I
never
was.
seen
We've never
each other
smoked together.
smoke?
No.
That's a weird thing.
I know, because we both quit before we were together. But yeah, remember there on the show, I was like, I smoked a ballpoint pen, and everyone agreed, yeah, you don't look
You
cool.
did. You never figured
and
it
she
out.
was like, "What's the point, Allison? You don't even look cool." And I was like,
Because you gotta
well,
get this. You gotta get that like one-eyed squint when you're taking a drag. Like it's like
you
there's
think?
a whole
Wait a
thing.
minute. Think of a hot girl smoking a cigarette. She's got a
Well, it's
one-eyed
interesting.
squint.
Girls have a whole different vibe, but you don't have it, whatever that is. Because like
Who's
here's
a
the thing.
cool? Thank you.
Like
Who's a
when
cool
a girl
smoking?
for a woman to be sexy while smoking, they have to know how to like be sexy.
Yeah,
like
thank
that-
you very much.
Like the vibe, the sexy vibe, and you have more of a
No matter what I am holding in my hands,
awkward,
it's too
nerdy
much
vibe.
for me. Like purse, water bottle, phone. I look like discombobulated. So imagine adding a cigarette to that. It's just, it doesn't work.
Burdened. But you'll be unburdened of the boys in a decade or so.
Yeah.
And then, like, when everybody's like, what are we going to do now? It's just the two of us. You smoke cigarettes.
Smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You guys
what are-
should celebrate with a
Yeah.
carton of smokes when you drop
Yes.
off the
Isn't that
younger
kinda what's
boy at
happening in
school.
It'll
the
cost
villages
like
right now?
$40.
I feel like in the villages,
Or way more
you
than that,
hear about
actually.
what's going on there in Florida with all
No.
these boomers that retired to this community in the middle of
I am
Florida.
aware of it. I can't. I don't have a grasp on how many people. Is it
It's
like
thousands.
half of the Florida population?
Well,
it seems. with
Does
all the
Trump?
references?
What does Trump have to do with the villages?
He's just very popular there.
Okay. So the villages is an old people's
It's
community.
like a retirement community, and it's just game on. It's just like
Herpes for old
just
people.
sex and drugs and just going crazy. Lots of sexually transmitted diseases.
Kind of like Benjamin Button, right? The lesson of Benjamin Button is
This is
on
the
either
second-
end of it.
This is the second episode today where someone has made a Benjamin Button reference.
I watched that movie. I saw that movie a while ago and really enjoyed it. And I know it's ponderous for a lot of people, but of course the point of the movie is that you're covering one or really two people's lives start to finish. And so it has to feel epic because it's small if you're talking about a person, but of course the epic is existence and what you do with the time that you have.
I have not.
And I went so wild like that I don't love all the stuff, but you need the setup to feel that time is precious and that you don't get to do whatever you want to do every second of your existence. But when he and she reconnect after they more or less align in age, from then on, it's one of the great romances you'll see, I think.
I need to see it, but I feel like you guys are using it in the same way because Wendy said it's like Benjamin Button. You make the rules. And I was like, I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't
You've
that,
never seen it? Oh.
Isn't that kind of the reference you made?
I don't think you make your own rules. I think it's Fitzgerald wrote a short story about it, which has nothing to do with what the movie is. But, it's that same setup, living life backwards. It's a strange sort of the high concept when it's really what you realize throughout when you're watching the movie is it's like, how's this really different in the way you're telling the story? But somehow it illuminates the human condition by doing it in reverse. You sort of pick up on certain life lessons or
is it a story told backwards or does he age in reverse?
that.
oh yeah, no, it's not like Memento or anything
Right.
like that. No, yeah, it's just a weird old man, like little guy
man.
is born and he's decrepit old man and like a baby, and then
He's like
lives out his
Jonathan
life.
Winters in Mork and Mindy.
Basically the exact same thing, yes, or Martin Short and Clifford.
Yeah, there you go. Now you get
Same.
it.
Now I get it. Who plays him? Is it Brad Pitt?
Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
And who's the woman?
You don't know Pitt? You don't know Pitt's in that
It's,
movie?
Kate Blanchett.
Kate
right?
Blanchett, yeah.
I feel like I need to see it. Everyone's talking
Pitt
about
is
it.
one of these guys. I like to talk about this. And by the way, the reason I'm talking so much for the audience, if they're like, when this horrible voiced this
That
person
is probably what they're thinking.
giving out painting advice and otherwise to these people, like, why is he talking so much? Because when Allison walked in, host of the show, Allison Rosen, your new best friend, she's like, I'm tired and I don't have a lot of gas in the tank, so please do a lot of talking. So
I said,
doing
you got to carry me, Dave. And you said, that's fine because I like to talk a lot.
Well, here's what I would like to say. I do like to talk a lot as it happens, so this works beautifully. I think, and this is something I talk with my wife a lot about, is because I don't know why she feels so like it's her spot to just be so cavalier with observing who she finds attractive in pop culture, but she lets me know. Okay. Oh, he's a dreamboat, whoever,
Maybe that's like she's trying to set goals for you,
I guess.
She's saying, hey, and try to get closer to this.
Yeah. And
Well,
all I
that's
do
the
instead
least-
is get closer and closer to my smack addiction when it's really going to go south fast. You think I'm ugly now? Wait till you see me.
I mean,
I turn when my pallor is gray. I like Brad Pitt. I think is her. Oh, this is the one that you brought up to me. She thinks Brad Pitt is number one.
Yeah, he's
and
hot.
I like Brad Pitt.
The look. Andrew,
I like Brad
on.
Pitt because he makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt to me, man,
Sure.
what a beautiful SOB. you
he's
know?
beautiful to men and women.
Legends of the Fall with the
the
flaxen
locks.
hair on
Yes.
the horse and everything. Like, yes, I could see you would leave me for him if he offered himself to you. Okay, where I get weird, I don't have an eye, and I think I have like a lower than 500 batting average of being able to identify attractive men. Less than. I think like if we went through a series of images and said, is this guy handsome? Yes or no? I think I would miss like at least 50% of my guesses.
I feel like men claim that a lot, but I feel like you should be able to tell. But then there always is like the one who sneaks in. He's not but there's this for women too. They're not technically attractive, but there's something about them that makes them hot.
Well, Uma Thurman is a
one.
guy who a lot of fellas say, like Uma Thurman in her prime. Oh, ultimate woman. Like, no, never got that one. But the one that my wife, we had on the other day, and a little picture of The Godfather. And in the opening scene, Kay and Michael are at the table and all that. And and my wife walks by the TV and she's like, "Oh, young Al Pacino can't beat young Pacino." I'm like,
oh,
Al
interesting.
Pacino, really? Al Pacino? You consider handsome? She's like, "Oh my God, everybody considers young Pacino. He's as good as it gets." I'm like, "He is." Had no idea Al Pacino was considered handsome.
Huh? I would have to look back on young Al Pacino, but I do not recall having feelings for him. But I had.
What about young
Daniel.
Dustin Hoffman?
No way.
You know who's fucking hot?
Don't say the guy who in The Chef or whatever it's called, the cooking show.
Oh, there is something attractive about him, but no.
Jeremy Allen.
Oh,
Jeremy
yes,
Allen White.
that guy is exactly what I'm talking about. Wait, that guy?
No, I
Yeah,
just didn't know who you were talking
What?
about. Yeah.
What do I hear?
It's the disheveled, like, I
Yeah.
can fix him thing.
I don't like that.
No, it's not. He's just
Yes.
hot. It's Peter Cetera in Chicago, early Chicago.
Oh my
God.
This is-
With his necklace and the wind blowing his hair and his jaw that was like broken and reset. Hot.
You know, I just had an observation yesterday. Christopher Reeve. I rewatched
Oh,
old
he
Superman.
was considered a
No
hunk.
way.
He was
a hunk.
considered a hunk, but
He
I've
was
never
very
thought he
handsome
was hot. But my mother
asked
loved
my
him.
mother. I said when I was like 18 or 20,
Mm.
I was like, I've never heard you express yourself as a woman. You know, I've never heard you be like, boy, that guy's hot. Like, boy, that's the most handsome actor I've ever seen. I said, who do you think is handsome in the world? And she's like, Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve.
Wow.
My sister and I had the same realization about our mom. And then we kind of like for a little while were like, could she be a lesbian?
What?
Because we've never ever heard her
Not
discuss.
until she passed away, and then her
Oh my God.
sexual life became revealed.
Yeah, I never put it together that actually there goes the idea that she was a secret lesbian who never got to experience her passion.
A spurting
her.
penis doodle.
My dad died a few years ago, and my mom died this past year. And so we cleaned out the house to sell the house, and we encountered a number of letters between my parents.
Not just
Love letters between
Wow.
my parents. My dad's were all charming and funny, and then my mom's were like sexual in nature.
No way.
Yeah, it was pretty
doodles.
gnarly.
A spurting penis doodle.
There was a spurting penis doodle.
What?
Yes, I know.
I know.
She could not have been more chaste in my image of her. She was just the most sexless person you've ever seen in your life. And now, in my mind,
They both were, weren't they?
she was.
Well, they were both. My dad was like 100 years old when you met
Well,
him.
yeah, he was
the
like a
whole
very
time
old
you
man.
met him, and then my mom was 16 years younger, but also old.
It was
Nevertheless, I think that's not what I don't think you're completely crazy, Allison. I don't know anything about your mother, obviously. I'm not saying she was a lesbian.
I don't think she was.
But you said that she was very chaste. That sounds like somebody trying to perform like this is what you're supposed to do with your lover. Is to say things like, but that's so off base. I can't imagine. Like,
No,
I can't
right.
imagine. I can't imagine a woman sending me a picture like, "Here's your spurting wang," and being like, "Oh yeah,"
and then describing it.
She
And-
knows. She knows.
Wait, no, this
And then
actually adds up because she complimented my father on his
Quote.
stupendous and superhuman penis.
I always forget it was stupendous.
Stupendous.
That does sound. That's
Would you
like
feel comment?
Your wiener is stupendous, sir.
that does. It's like 40-year-old virgin when he's trying to describe what a breast feels like, having never felt one.
That is the awkwardness
hadn't-
of it is what has struck me.
I
Like,
hadn't considered that this actually might be in the she was secretly a lesbian column. The only
Well-
reason we wondered is because, like you with Maureen, right? That's your Mo?
Oh no, Mo. Yeah, Mo Dameshek. No, Michelle. Yeah.
Michelle. Like you with Mo, we just have never heard her talk about a man being attractive.
Right. Well, Chris Reeve, he's hunky.
But she liked him, yeah. So I don't know.
It's
1979, 1980, Superman flying around in his red underpants and everything. Who knew that the women were swooning on the level they were?
Is Mo still with us?
She is. She's still around. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. The old man went 3 years ago coming up. But yeah, old Mo's still the same old bird, 80-something years old, still trying to ride roller coasters with her grandchildren and all that kind of stuff. I was going to bring up another fact. Are you going to bring up the weirdness of your home?
Oh, right. Now, let's Daniel and Tony.
Tony also, by the way, quick hip check. I'm way past any attempt. I declared 6 years ago that I had enough music to fill the rest of my life. I don't need any new music to listen to. And against my will, I found myself enjoying Geese. How say you?
To be honest, I'm terrible with new music also.
Oh, really?
And I have heard the name. I don't know anything about it beyond that.
Standing down.
I've
sorry I
heard
interrupted
they're
to
good.
ask a question. Yeah,
I've
they
heard
are
they're
good. They're distinctive, that's for sure. Yeah.
What do they sound like? Just like squawking?
Well, as I say, they are distinctive. Vocally, the guy is this very affected sort of hipster sort of a guy, and it sounds something like Tom York some of the time from Radiohead, and it's check it out. It's
okay.
I've been hearing a lot about Geese, so I'll have to check it out.
Imagine if their name was Goose.
Well, that's
What a world.
the lead singer.
Is a goose?
Is Goose.
Okay.
Put together.
Tony got a haircut in between.
I've had several. This wasn't my first.
nice and slick back and everything.
Yeah. And so you haven't seen him in a while, or maybe this is the first
We've
time.
never met face to
This is the
face.
first time you're meeting him. So to you, you're just seeing Tony, but I'm just seeing haircut, and it's distracting to me. I just want you to know.
By the way, it's not a different haircut.
It's just short.
It feels shorter.
It's like
That's what haircuts are.
But it's like women debating, like in 1995 or whatever, Brad Pitt. You like him with the long hair, the short. Different tastes for different people. I like Tony cleanly shorn. You can like him,
No, I like him both ways. I'm just saying, for some reason, it's
All she can
just
think about.
all I notice when I look over there. I just go ear right above the ear. Wow, there's Tony got a haircut.
But
It's
it
just happening.
It took you a
It
little
just-
bit though.
I know.
Because we were like halfway through the show, I feel like, and you just went, "Oh, haircut."
I know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Turn that way. Now turn that way. Aha. I'm looking at this. See, your hair is. I'm looking at the left side of your head, and your hair is headed right. So if I were on the other side, I don't think I would notice it as much.
But again, this is how it always is. This is always where we're
But
sitting.
look at that.
Might be the first time
I
I-
got my first haircut in 5 years, professional haircut. I've been cutting my own hair since COVID. Also, since COVID, when last we spoke, I have not put on a pair of jeans since. I've not worn a pair of
Now,
denims.
were you just like, I'm no longer a jeans
Wait,
guy?
are you wearing jeans right now?
I mean, not properly. I'm not like
Are they on
denim
backwards?
blue jeans. No, look, gray pants.
Oh, I
They're-
see.
I think you would call them jean cut. They're not like, they don't have the, because I don't like.
They were cut by Gene.
I don't like the kind of pockets. It says everything about you as a man, I feel, when your pants are what pockets you like. The khaki, the traditional ones, the pocket, you don't see the line. It's like hidden.
Yeah.
But you can find it
It's
if
like
you
by the
reach for it.
seam.
But like the jean cuts,
Yeah.
you got that more scoopy half circle.
The thing
you
I hate
don't
are the
like that.
pockets that are like
I like
almost
that.
vertical.
That's
what
what
I'm
he's
talking
talking
about.
about.
I don't like those. I had a dream last night that I was wearing khakis and I had a bunch of money in there, and someone behind me was like pulling the
It's
money
easier
out of
to
the
happen.
pocket. That's what can happen.
And also what you can't do, what I found is that stuff falls out,
Yep,
especially if you lay down in them.
can't do that.
But even if you sit down, like it'll just fall out.
Yeah.
Not in these more dependable jean cut, but I don't wear the denim blue jeans.
Right. Gotcha.
Have I talked enough now on the podcast?
No, there's
Not
no
nearly
such
enough.
thing. No such thing. So wait a minute. What was going on in the dream where someone was stealing money from your vertical
yeah,
pockets?
I had I don't know. I just remember that there was some shady and what happened was I know I had two bundles of one had hundreds and one had tens. And I caught him, but he had the tens, and I realized, and I got him in trouble, and he didn't fight, and I realized later, Oh, that's because he had already gotten the 100 and he knew he was getting away with that, and I didn't challenge him on the hundreds. This is interesting.
Is it because we heard a story last night from someone who had been held hostage in a bank?
I think so.
Robbery many years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, haircut Tony, you're included in this. Something struck Dave when he walked into our living room. Now let's all take a guess at what it is. Let's all say it at the same time. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then we all say what we think it is. Okay?
I thought you were doing it then. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, is everyone ready? You have your thing in your mind that you think Dave noticed.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. The dummy.
Mannequin, whatever you want to call it, mannequin dummy. Yeah.
Fish tanks.
I think it's the dummy on the couch.
The mannequin. I mean, whatever. Okay, that's weird, but that's. I mean, obviously, not just the. I'd say again the other option.
The dummy.
No, the other one that you threw out there. The
dummy on the couch is what I said.
Right, but what's the other one that
Oh,
Daniel just said?
Fish tanks.
Fish tanks. I hope everybody heard the second S.
They know because Daniel has been going.
Oh, he has. All right, he's covered this.
No, but
It's
not.
been the bane of my existence.
I mean, why 4 fish tanks? What the hell? Who goes from 0 fish tanks to 4 fish tanks?
Well, it was gradual.
Over how many months or years?
Over
Year and a half.
13 months.
4 fish tanks?
There was more at one point. There was a
they
couple
get
little
bigger.
ones.
Like it's like it was. First of all, it was 1 small, and then 2 small, and then 3 small, and now there's 2 big. It's like every couple months there's like an expansion that happened.
I know. I was looking at the freshwater fish in the 10-gallon today, and I was like, I got to go move them into a bigger tank. It's too small for them.
My wife doesn't like dogs, so we don't have a dog, but she likes cats. So we have a cat, and then we got a cat, and then she said, really, she needs a friend.
Yeah, no one has one cat.
Linda the cat needs a friend. And so then we eventually got one against my will, but I understood because I'm, one of society's great empaths. So I was, we should get a second cat for Linda. And so then we got Trish the cat. And
Those are great names.
now we have two cats. But then literally 3 weeks or so ago, this orange cat showed up, and they did, aesthetically it was nice because one's black and
It's like
one's
an
white.
uncle
and then it'd
showed
be
up from across country.
This orange one. It was like, man, that one would fit nicely. But of course, I don't want no 3 cats. I don't want 2 cats. And then, by the way, you should really meet my wife. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe you two would become fast friends. And Daniel, I could go out and just burn nails the whole time. She is like you. She has turned our backyard into a sanctuary. She puts seeds and whatever out for squirrels and for the birds.
We have a bird feeder. Yeah, we have a bird feeder with a camera in it.
With a camera, and so
That's not me though. That was Owen.
And who bought it for him?
He's a child. You tell him, no, we're not doing it. We don't want that. We don't want creatures roaming around here all the
fish tank
time.
started as Owen's. I took it over.
Yeah, I told him. So this bird feeder will send her alerts. So it'll tell you what kind of bird has shown
I had
up.
to turn it off because it was interrupting everything in my life, even though I'm like, this is the whole point, and the reason that we pay money to this subscription service for the bird feeder is that it sends alerts. But now I just, every couple of days, I'm like, any hummingbirds yet? No, fuck it.
How accurate is it? Have you ever found anything like, that's not what that is?
Oh, that's a great question.
We've had an Oriole and a Blue
think
Jay.
it's pretty
Basically,
accurate.
we have the American League East forming in our backyard.
Wait,
that's a joke for Allison. I know she
I'm
loves
a big
that.
fan.
She loves that MLB talk.
Did you say the American League East?
The American League East, yeah.
It's my favorite of the leagues.
Baseball divisions.
Do you have the bird feeder with the camera? Do you have the smart feeder?
Well, everybody, because we also in our home we have a faction, myself included, that we love arts and crafts, and we love to have crafting sessions. And one time, one of our crafting sessions was painting little bird houses that you could, little $2 bird houses at Michael's or whatever. So we each have our own.
Oh, yeah.
So we did all that. But
that's so cute.
But she puts out, I'm like, put seeds out, and I'm like, those are going to attract rats. They're going to attract raccoons. And she's like, well, what about the squirrels? They come around here. And then they got to a point, she and my daughter, where they would take out, like, there was one squirrel who was a little undersized compared with his friends or her friends, I don't know. And like, well, he doesn't like that bread. He only likes this kind of thing. and then they would like have to get special food to feed the goddamn squirrel.
What?
And the squirrel would literally reject the food. Like would be like, let's just give the bread. Like
Literally never heard of a picky squirrel.
that squirrel doesn't like that. And I witnessed Lee left the food behind and then waited for the whatever.
Wow.
I don't even remember what the one squirrel.
gluten
all
free.
These birds and the squirrels gathering for their feeding sessions, and then this cat starts roaming around, and she starts feeding the cat. And then I walk out the front door one day, and she has a whole sanctuary set up for the cat with water and a blankie to lay on. I'm like, I said, the cat lives outside. Why would he need a blanket? Like, well, maybe that's what he likes. And she was trying to lure this cat. Thank Jesus it had better places to be and finally ditched, or else that cat would be living in my home right now. 3 cats. And then once you get 3 cats, you're a weirdo, but you're not nearly as big a weirdo as the people who have 4 fish tanks in their home.
It's
4 fish tanks.
4 fish tanks and a hospital tank.
It's currently, we have 2 hospital tanks. They're currently empty.
You're now an aquarium. You're more aquarium than home.
Dave, we went to the this place called Burbank Scales and Tails, where they have lizards, birds, and fish, and we're there to get a bug. At one point, we were getting a beetle, and my youngest son.
He didn't fare that well.
My eldest son started crying. Legitimate.
Was it actual tears?
He was legitimate.
Like actual moisture
and
in
he
his
was
eyes.
just like, I don't want our house to become a zoo.
It's not. It's becoming an aquarium.
And I was like, I don't either, son. Perhaps it's time.
And yet, I
Yes.
took Daniel with me to. So we were going to Burbank Scales and Tails for a while, and now we're going to Mark's Tropical Fish. It's a little more complicated than that, but I took Daniel with me, and you saw the pea puffers.
There's one thing I liked.
You saw
pufferfish, little baby pufferfish, very cute.
Daniel thought they were
She-
super
she-
cute.
She thinks that means I like fish now.
No. I think it means that you want us to get a tank with just those.
But they grow up.
Not that much.
You're leaving out the coolest thing you've gone to, though.
Aquashella.
Yeah.
I went to a fish people convention.
And-
I got a media pass.
Because
It was pretty cool.
you are
I make fish
influencer.
tank. Because I make fish tank content. That's what I told them. I mean, I do sort of. Anyway, yeah. But you didn't know that you're in the presence of a fish influencer.
You
fish
know what?
influencer.
I got a great field trip for this house to take. My daughter happens to periodically work at Aquarium of the Pacific.
No way.
Gives the the speeches about what you're looking at to the gathered
Oh, wow.
masses and everything.
Is that
Cracks wise while
the
she's
Long
doing
Beach
it.
one?
Yeah, Long Beach.
I can't
Wow.
remember what that was called.
That's so cool.
It's very impressive.
Well,
it's like, what the hell?
What would
You're
she
just
think of my-
speaking like they're just speaking to strangers like this with authority?
But about-
and like I say, being funny while you're doing it and everything else.
That's great.
What
Where
would
the hell
she-
did you come from?
What would
Yeah.
she think of my fish tanks?
I mean, she would like them, and I think so would my wife. And I mean, that's doesn't make it right.
Yeah,
A lot of
thank
people
you.
like a lot of different things.
Yeah, people are into
Two
weird
and a Half
shit.
Men was very popular.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah.
what are you doing these days?
Wow,
Wow, really?
you mean like for money?
Yeah, change the temperature of the room.
Well, let's talk about it. No, I work for. I still do the same stupid crap. So talking about sports into a microphone, and I do it now for. I know you're a big fan, Allison, of Dan Lebitard. Was an icon at ESPN for a long time, and before that, a high end writer in Miami. About sports, and now has his own network and has had for the last half decade or thereabouts. And so I do a football show there, and I go out to Miami periodically and sit in on that show. And I sometimes fill in for him when he's out, and same old thing, but delightful. Still
So you're
on cloud 9 to get to do that.
And is that like a daily, an ESPN daily thing? You go in every day?
No.
Do you not go in?
Heaven forbid. It's there's something called Too Much Dave that your audience is now
TMD.
probably. I think they got to that spot, if my math is correct, about 11 minutes and 30 seconds ago on this show. I do it twice a week and go on his show, sit in on that show once a week, and that's more than enough.
And do you have any podcasts?
That is a podcast.
These are podcasts.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm
Research
so
your
slow.
guests before they come on.
Now, where do I get
It's
a
on
podcast?
YouTube. Football America. That's what I should say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's called
yeah.
Football America. We should have led with that. Football America with an exclamation point after it, don't you
Right.
know? Because that's how excited I am to talk about football. And the Dan Lebitard show as well. And find it on YouTube. Football America. And remember the exclamation mark.
And then, oh my God, this is the biggest insult. What's the name of his podcast with the other Dave?
Daves of Thunder.
What did
Daves
you
of
brought
Thunder.
back Daves of Thunder for a period of time, right?
We did during the COVID. Yeah, we did that we did they called it the New Testament because the old one was called the Old Testament.
Right. Now, was Katie with you doing it? Did she join the reunion?
I'm trying to think. I think she was on an episode or
Okay.
5 in the New Testament. I don't think she was around that long. I can't remember exactly what happened because now that's getting to be pretty far in the rear view mirror. But no, it was super duper funny. Same way as the Old Testament was, because David Feeney, the difference of that show versus pretty much any show, I think even up to 2026, is he would script bits and elaborate sort of these elaborate stories that he would then say. He would write letters and create these correspondences with baseball teams about the stuff, Major League Baseball teams about the state of their urinals and how he disapproved of the urinals at Chavez Ravine, and the Dodgers responded to him. And then he broke up with a girlfriend at a bar in Providence, and he needed to get the T-shirt, so he had to track that down. And then it became him just exchanging letters with the bar owner about what his girlfriend did to him, and it just went on and on. And the guy indulging him on the other side about the girlfriend. And then he wrote to the Pittsburgh Pirates that he was offended by their name Pirates because Pirates have done a lot of bad things during man's recorded history. And so he had all that. And then the best one was the JetBlue letters, where he was in first class. He's a filmmaker, is his backstory, and it runs real deep, the backstory on this filmmaker. He met a woman on the plane who handed him on a cocktail napkin, "Let's F in the John," and she handed him that and he had it on a piece of JetBlue, sends it to JetBlue, and then begins a correspondence with JetBlue that he has to find the woman, and they can't release her name. But I was on the look what she gave me. She gave me this on the. Obviously, she wants to know me, or she wouldn't have given me this. And it went, it goes on. Find it online, because find the JetBlue letters, because it is a saga that is one of the craziest things I've ever sat and laughed at and gotten some glancing credit for being a part of.
And what is he doing nowadays?
No idea. No, he writes, still makes his pages for sitcoms.
They have sitcoms still.
Yeah.
There sometimes they're
half-hour comedies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sitcoms is for the civvies. Yeah.
You know Carly Weissel, who hosts oh my God.
Very amusing. What is her podcast?
Is it called Very Amusing?
That sounds right. I can't remember what it's called.
That might be what it's called. The amusement part. Names are falling out of my head. This is not
did not
a good
get
sign.
enough sleep last night.
That's right, because our woke up at 4:30 a.m.
Yes, it's called Very Amusing.
Thank you. Yeah. Woke up at 4:30 a.m., but he thought it was 3:30 because of daylight savings time, and was just in tears because he wanted to get up, which is like, okay, go hang out on the couch. I'm going back to sleep, but he wanted company. I had sort of broken him is not the right word. He wakes up a lot in the night and wants company. And my therapist actually said to me, couldn't you set him up with toys or whatever, and he can do his own thing? And I was like, I honestly never even considered that. So for a period of time, he's been in the habit of getting up, and he gets his iPad and he hangs out, and then I get up at my normal time, and it's been great. It's not been great for him. He's very tired and cranky at school, but at least it's not like ruining my life. But then last night, that was no-go. He wanted company and was like having a real meltdown in the middle of the night. And finally, I just like, I'll go in your room with you and sleep in your room. So I didn't get much sleep because he was waking me up. And that's why I can't remember what I was even not able to remember.
Carly's podcast.
That's right. I think she posted something like, I watch, or maybe she said it, she watches every new network sitcom.
That's crazy.
And I was like, that is it's like saying like.
As in she will check it out, or she literally watches.
I got the sense that it's like someone being like what's something that everyone, she's like, I don't eat Caesar salad, I only eat the anchovy. Like, this is a category of content that most people, it's the one category that most people avoid, network sitcoms. No offense. I hear Abbott Elementary is very good, and your friend and mine, that guy, John Ross Bowie, is on it, right?
No. But Dave Lyons works for them.
That's what I mean. See my brain. It's not working well today. Yeah, but no, she like goes out of her way to watch network sitcoms now.
Yeah, I only watch network sitcoms when I'm on American Airlines, and they would show King of Queens, or it's the only one I remember them showing.
Yeah.
Actually. So I think King. Oh, our friend Phil's show.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, everyone loves Raymond.
Everybody or everyone? I never know. I think it's everybody.
Loves Raymond.
That's
that
right.
Show, although it tails off after, I don't know how many, season 3 or 4 most of them do, but man, that show in the sweet spot was a real gem. And even at the time, I remember talking, I guess I would have been on while I was writing on other stuff where and remember people was like, you watch Everybody Loves Raymond? Like, that's for old people or whatever. I was like, I think it is.
No, it's really clever.
No,
So
you
great.
watch it really good. I have
Peter
a hard time
Boyle
wanting.
was so
I'm never in
great.
the mood to watch a sitcom, but those shows when they're on, you're like, yeah, this is fucking really well written.
So
show.
It was like
am
a
with-
play. Every episode felt like you were watching a play that had
Now you know what it is. I don't know if Feeney's on this tip. Verticals. You know, are you hip to verticals?
This is like something that you'd see on TikTok.
That's what everybody in
but
the
it's
industry is
What does
talking
that
about.
mean? I hear people talk about
Verticals are
It just means that it's like you can watch it on your phone.
they're shows that are that are
vertically
shot
right.
shot for the iPhone, and they're shot in like 2-minute blocks, and then you watch a bunch of them, and then to finish the story, you got to subscribe.
The ones-
it's like $20 a week.
The ones that I see on TikTok are like almost pornographic.
Yeah, they're
Are they
like,
all? Do
but that's
verticals come in any
now.
flavor
That's, they're
other
trying to
than
get people
sexual?
used to that, and then they'll start being. People will
Start
spend
being what?
in order to finish a story. They'll spend like $500.
Is it because it's basically porn? It's like softcore porn.
I have no idea why anyone would watch them, but that a lot of people are banking on that as the future of.
Yeah.
Like, one
I don't know
will-
why I hate all that stuff. Like
I know why I hate it.
shot like this, and it's like I feel like so many commercials are becoming that too. Like people are really cheaply making commercials, which part of me is like, I like that they're at least like kind of doing it within reason and not going nuts and hiring celebrities and all this.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's like, come on, you can.
But
you
what
can
is
do better
the
than
what
that.
is the whatever it would be, aesthetic or practical advantage
Sex.
of of it being vertical
It's
versus
just
horizontal?
getting people where they are. Like,
But I know, but why? What am I missing? I mean, I'm a lazy human being, and of course, I just like, maybe it's because my eye is more conditioned by more decades than the people who probably traffic TikTok. But I like the traditional look
Yeah.
of
it's-
movies and TV shows.
It's interesting because our kids watch the content on their iPad, which is not vertically
right?
oriented.
What caused that shift?
Is it just
TikTok.
people on TikTok and Instagram?
But I know, but I'm saying, why did anybody start doing that? It's like,
Yeah.
well, because my phone was already pointed vertical. Like, I mean, like, yeah, but tilted on its side, so you have the letterbox.
such an old
Yeah.
man. I mean, that's how I am too. But that's like
It's a great
Yeah,
question.
they want it like that. I don't know.
I want to talk about something that doesn't suck, that's actually fantastic, and that's Factor.
Yeah.
Somewhere between the first warm weekend and realizing short season is getting close, eating well stops feeling optional. Factor is how I stopped letting a busy schedule be my excuse. Fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, ready in 2 minutes, no planning, no cooking. Guys, I subscribe to Factor. I have subscribed to Factor with my own money, even though, of course, I can get some Factor meals. That's how much I like Factor. Factor is a meal delivery service. They deliver you delicious meals. You put them in your refrigerator, and then when you want to have one, you pop it in your microwave for a couple minutes, and it's ready. It is not one of these services that sends you a box of ingredients and expects you to put it together. It is so easy, and it's all so good, and you can like dial in your meal selection based on what you are prioritizing. So they have high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support, or as Daniel insists on saying it, and ready-to-eat salads. And they have a new Muscle Pro collection, which supports strength and recovery. And it's perfect if you're getting back into a workout routine, always fresh, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes, no prep, no stress, so you can actually stick to your goals. They have, is it a truffle butter prime rib? Is that what not prime rib?
Yeah,
it was steak with truffle butter.
Yeah, they're all great.
They're all so good. Head to factormeals.com/AllisonRosen50 off and use code AllisonRosen50 off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. So again, that's factormeals.com/AllisonRosen, ALISONROSEN 50, the number off. Use code AllisonRosen50 off. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. Okay.
I like Factor, and Factor sometimes pays a visit to Football America.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it
now,
is good.
I know that you were distracted by the fish tanks, but did you notice the dummy on the couch?
I did. What's that about?
Our mother, Daniel's mom, our mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, Daniel's mom, gave it to my older son.
It's what he wanted for his birthday. That was the big thing he wanted. And Grandma bought it for him.
It's yet to make, he makes videos, and he makes horizontals. It's yet to make an appearance in one of his horizontals.
Wait, he just specifically wanted just a dummy, or was there something specific about this?
No, he wanted that dummy from Spirit Halloween. So it was like you could make it into anything. You could put clothes on it. And now it just looks like we have like an old timey, like
naked
one of those
museums,
where they have like, this is how they lived in the gold rush. And he's just sitting on the couch. Every time I leave their room after we put them to bed,
you jump a tiny bit?
My brain is like, why is Allison sitting in the dark?
Wow.
That is really, you're right. That's got to scare you over and over
every time
again.
It's like, why? Oh no, it's not my
Especially once I get into the heroin, once that's like every time I see that thing, I'm going to get petrified all over again.
It's not great.
Wait a minute.
What?
You see a naked man dummy
With
on a
mustache.
couch, and you think, why is Allison sitting on the couch?
Mustache and a top hat.
And you think, why is Allison sitting on the couch?
Mm-hmm.
The feet are the part that freaks. First of all, they're like turned backwards, like it's possessed. Actually, that's an improvement, because before I would just jump at man feet in the living room.
Yeah, it's I'm waiting for him to start his shoot. Maybe he's just
his shoot. What is he on, another project?
They make movies all the time.
Yeah,
but
you're
I'm
right.
not sure. He hasn't done anything.
He hasn't incorporated this prop into his movie.
I'd like you two to literally face your fear and put that mannequin in this room while you record.
I mean, we could.
Be nice. Include them in all the photos when you post. Like, just let everybody see this mannequin.
That's not a bad idea.
I just feel like that's not my gimmick.
A mannequin?
Yeah, in all my photos, yeah. A cloth dummy with human feet.
Well, but what if you started to do, like, that could be a new layer to fold into your burgeoning career. Still, like, you got to keep recreating yourself.
Yeah.
Become one of those people who does what
ventriloquism. But it doesn't have a mouth that moves.
We could.
Otherwise,
we
I
have
would
a fireplace,
fully do that.
A fake fireplace.
Should we put him in it?
No, we could have him in old timey clothes, cooking beans over the fire in a little pot.
Ooh,
and that could be part like it would be one stop history, but like you say, like this is what it looked like.
Yeah,
this is what it was like.
Oh my God, what
blacksmith? This is what he used to do.
I have been trying to figure out how to redecorate, as you can see from the paint shit on the walls and the wood and stuff. I've been trying to figure out what I want my studio to look like, because I feel like it's not cohesive. I want it to look good on video. What if we recorded in one of those old timey replica rooms,
like
like Van Gogh's bedroom?
Like a gold prospector's like cabin in the Sierras.
No, or I mean, like it should be like the original podcasters, like be a journey through time.
So what would it be like, Mark Maron's garage?
Right. Yeah. Basically, it's just to take people on a tour of like this is.
Yeah.
Now let's add a new layer.
We podcast. It's a podcast. Did you say podcast museum?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Your podcast is like a podcast museum.
Are you calling me old?
Mm-hmm.
Have I said this? I feel like I might have shared this with you already, because this is not the first time I've said it, but I think that the Nike store should be a ride. You should get into a shoe and then I mean, I haven't been in a Nike store in a really
you've
long
got to
time.
have contacts in the sports world to make this happen.
Yeah.
Sure. Like what is the specific
Well, when you go to the Nike store,
transportation? Is it golf carts?
oh no, it's a
Like
shoe.
a train?
It's a shoe.
Oh,
It's
of
you get it.
course,
You
of
get into
course.
a tennis shoe, a sneaker, and then you like lace yourself up, and then you take a tour through shoe history, like that movie.
So each
Swoosh
Nike
or whatever
store
it's called.
becomes a museum.
talking about
instead of
air?
a store.
Yeah.
I mean,
Isn't-
what's the idea?
Okay, I've been in about 3 Nike stores in my life.
Sure.
But when one opened in Triangle Square, which was a mall in Costa Mesa, an outdoor mall in Costa Mesa called Triangle Square, there was a Nike store. And my memory is that you walk in and you're just bombarded with the history of Nike shoes. Is that not how they all are? Now
I
are they
don't
just
think-
stores?
I think so. Yeah.
This one was multiple levels, and there was like all these sort of installations on the wall of this is, boy, it's good that I know why this isn't landing for people because I assume
I'm
all Nike.
open. I like the
assumed
idea
all
of a
Nike
ride.
stores are like shoe museums.
Shouldn't it be like a treadmill though? Something that
Oh.
speaks to the activity, the physical activity you're going to get once you get your Nikes instead of sitting, being all sedentary like that kind of goes against
That's how
why
she
you go to
uses
the Nike
Nikes.
store.
She uses Nikes.
If I'm
for
gonna have to
sitting.
be involved in the R&D, we're sitting in a shoe.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be. I don't know. I am open, but I feel that it should be a ride,
Yeah.
and you get into a shoe.
All right.
I like that. It works for me.
I'll follow.
Let's do just me or everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Dave Dameshek, might you have one?
I do have one, and it's something that I just realized. I don't know how long I've actually been doing this in my life, but I think I've taken my passive aggressive ways. I'm conflict adverse, of course, and I think I stumbled into literally speaking of walking and such. At the Super Bowl, I was just up in San Francisco, all for Santa Clara and all that for the most recent Super Bowl last month. And as I went into the one big event where there were going to be a ton of media members, as I walked, it hadn't occurred to me until I was walking through the physical door. I was like, there are going to be a lot of people here who I haven't seen in a while that I don't want to see, and I'm sure don't want to see me either. It's not like people are chomping at the bit to see what's up with old Dave. And vice versa. And so I thought, ugh, so many of these encounters that neither side wants to be a part of. The worst thing is eye contact with somebody when you both realize in the moment, like, oh, yeah, okay.
So,
now we
what was
gotta-
the event?
The
Super Bowl.
Oh, I've heard of it. It wasn't that I couldn't place it. It was that I did not hear it. Okay. Got it. Super Bowl.
Where do you think she went for those 4 seconds that I was talking
Honestly,
about being in San Francisco and
She's thinking
Santa
about
Clara for the
fish.
Super Bowl?
It's really. I've come to learn it's always just
Did I say? But
fish
correct me if
or-
I'm wrong. I said Super Bowl in San Francisco and Santa Clara, whatever, for the Super Bowl. So I said it twice in like 4 to 7 seconds.
Well, part of where I was like, is he talking about the ESPYs? Is he talking about some kind of media event, some kind of award thing? Oh no, I didn't know. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ask.
I'm vain and in my own head, and when you do that, it makes me feel like, man, I am really boring.
No.
if the host of the show doesn't even want to hear
sports
it.
are boring. to her.
I am excited to hear where this is going. Listen, I
Do your
debated.
boys- what if the boys love sports? Then
Well, I don't know if there's
I don't
much
think that's
risk in
gonna
that.
happen.
I've tried. There's
you've
no-
tried to get them into it, and they
I've
won't bite.
tried. Yeah, they're just not. Yeah,
I know. I
I
was
have
so
soft,
into it by
creative
the time
boys.
I was 9.
it's either there or it's not interest wise. I mean, like I had Elliot in soccer. He hates soccer, which I understand. I've tried to expose them to football, baseball.
Owen likes to watch
He
football
likes
with you.
to watch football with me because I like football, so he'll watch it with me. But I don't know that he doesn't have any concept of what's going on.
like
but-
me.
I forced them to watch football on the weekends in the fall. But
It's a tough thing. It's kind of like chasing a woman a little bit, Like
Yeah.
if you insist upon it, then it's like, all
Yeah.
right, chill out, man. Take it easy about this.
Yeah, it's just
If it's gonna happen, maybe it'll happen, but let it happen naturally.
exactly.
Don't.
By Elliot's age, I was like collecting baseball cards, and I was just like way into baseball.
But Elliot takes
and I just
hip hop
don't care.
dance. and he's actually very good.
Yes, he is. He's got a lot of talent. So we're just
he has some athleticism about him, just not.
I mean,
in
he
the
does
sports
karate.
field.
I mean, he's a purple belt. I mean, he's doing all that.
These are great things. These are all great things. I also the thing about spectator sports, I wasn't talking about playing them so much as, watching other people do stuff, passive existence that has led to decades worth of people giving me money. So it worked out for me. But it's one of the first of all, what it gives you is something to look forward to. That's what do you need in life more to wake up every day than like, ooh, next weekend is the big game, or like 3 months we're going to travel to that game, we're going to go there, whatever it is. But the other one is it just greases the skids when you're myopic like I am, just to be like, oh, I see you have a Cubs hat on. Hey, Cubs fan, are you? And it just makes it easier to like talk with people you don't want to talk to.
I'm not going to lie. One of the big reasons why I've tried and will continue to try to educate them on sports is because for guys don't want to get deep. When you meet a new guy out on the streets or wherever, that new guy don't want to talk about his life. He doesn't want to talk about.
Of course not.
But you could talk about the Dodgers. You could talk about the football game or whatever is happening, and every guy will engage. Most guys, because it's like
not every guy is a sports fan, but your percentages are pretty good that you can get into. Oh, football game. You a football fan? Oh yeah, you play fantasy. Oh, where'd you grow up? Oh, is that your team? Oh, that kind of. You don't want to have the conversation anyway. At least you can go on cruise control and just talk. Oh, what do you think? You think they're going to win the thing this year? Whatever. Remind me to tell you another story about somebody who came into my home and why I'm against people coming into my home, and it does have to do with sports. But back to my passive aggressive thing professionally that I just discovered up at this event. So I walk into it, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to talk to these people. They don't want to talk to me. Shame the devil if we make eye contact. So long as I can avoid that successfully, I won't have to have very much of that. So I noticed at least 3 times over the course of the 2 hours I was at this event, I did this same move. And I think it really works well. I'm going to continue to employ it, which is I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to make eye contact and give you the high hat and be like, nah, we don't need to talk. Right. I want to give you that opportunity. I'm going to make you the bad guy. If you want to say hello to me, I'm going to give you the chance. So I walk in a perpendicular angle, like 90. But Allison Rosen just did the biggest yawn that I think I've seen outside of a cartoon in I don't know how long. What in the hell? What in the hell?
I didn't get a lot of sleep.
Paint the walls if that's what you're waiting to do. Go feed them fish if I'm so GD bored. No, so anyway. So here's what I do. I walk perpendicular, like 90-degree angle, maybe more like even like, this is 90, so that would be like 70, 80 degrees. So like I have there's no way I would physically make eye contact with you naturally. Mm-hmm. I walk within like 10 feet of you, but right by you. Like I can't see you. I'm doing stuff. There's a lot of people around. I wouldn't see you at this angle. Like I wouldn't naturally notice you, but I walk right by you. So if you want to be like, hey, Dave Dameshek, I'd be like, what? I didn't see you there, Allison. What happened? Hey, how are you?
But if they don't,
and
two people let me breeze right by me. Yeah. One person stopped me and said hello, and we had an uncomfortable, unnecessary, 2 minutes of catch-up time. What have you been doing? Oh, what have you been doing? Kind of thing. And then the other two are now my arch nemesis for the rest of my life. They didn't say hello to me. I gave them every opportunity. They didn't take it, and now they're the enemies. Yeah. Now they're the villains, not me. I gave them the chance.
What you're describing, the person says hello, and now you're stuck in a conversation with. That is my experience. I went to my high school reunion.
This is
everyone.
Well, why would you do that?
It was the reaction.
I would never do that.
That was the reaction of to a man. Everyone I mentioned it said, why would you possibly do that? And I said, I don't know. They're like, did you like high school? I'm like, no, I didn't like high school. For some reason, I decided I should go. And once I was there, I was trapped in a room of people that I know well enough that it makes sense to start to catch up. But I don't like any of them enough that I want to have the conversation. I would not. I wish if I went back in time, I wouldn't have gone.
I guess if you loved the experience, that would make some sense, but I didn't love my experience either. But let me just very quickly, I don't want to, one time, this is a number of things I don't like. One, people coming over to hang out. Two,
is this the story?
My wife's friends. My wife's friends are the core of the like larger groups when there's an Easter function or whatever. It's my wife and her friends. I'm not gathering my pals. I'm like, oh, come over and bring the significant other and kids and everything. It's like it's, at that stage, everybody brings their kids, everything. So these people come over, and I remember it was March Madness. This is like 3 years or so ago, and I don't know the guy, and it's like, well, they and the wife will like say like, he's so and so, he's a big sports fan, so you two will get along. Like, but please, I don't set me up on a plate. I don't like that. That's going to make it even worse.
Right.
So they're coming over, but I put on the TV in my little room, my little room where I do my stuff. I put the March Madness on. This is a distraction. I don't want to be outside making eggs with doing the eggs. I mean, I'll do some eggs, but like, how much egging do we need? So I go back. I'll retreat in there, and the people who want to watch the basketball and passively just watch and make the occasional remark, that's more my climate. And I get up and I walk out of that room and I come back in. One of these guys who I don't know. I don't know this guy. He's the husband of a friend of my wife. She's friends. This character has taken off his shoes. Taken off his shoes in the so-called the sports room, with the TV and all the stuff.
You called it your little room earlier.
Well, I call it my wife calls it the sports room. So it's the sports room because it's got all of my baubles and such that I've collected like a dork over the decades. And so this guy, he has his shoes off. Okay, that's weird. I don't think it's appropriate, but some people, the house rules are take your shoes off when you come
yours
to
isn't. Is yours a shoes off house?
I think if it were, that would have come up earlier in the story.
I'm assuming it isn't.
It's not a shoes off house, but he's decided he'll be more comfy watching the games with his shoes off.
Does he have his socks on?
He had socks on.
Oh no! Did he take them off?
No.
And bunched them up and put them in his shoes.
He took his socks off in a stranger's home, and I'm not making this up to add to the story. He literally went knees up on the couch, like knees up, so his feet are on my couch.
This is outrageous.
Wait,
He's a stranger.
Like crisscross applesauce on the couch?
No, like
Just so
he's
doing,
hugging his legs. Oh,
yeah,
I
like
see.
knee up, like I'm
Is
going to
he a
watch the
hippie?
game. Like, hey,
What
well,
kind of
what?
guy?
I think Villanova's real good. Like, what do you think? I don't know. I think they're a 4 seed, so I don't know. Like, all I can see is your bare stinking feet on my stuff. Who are you? How did you get in here?
Now, what type of dude is doing this?
This question. What kind of hair does he have?
Is
what kind of
he
shirts?
A hipster type of dude?
Not a hipster, no.
Is he a working
just like
class
a regular, just sort of like guy, just like a guy, just not hard to define, like not.
What do you think of
super
the wife?
hip, not super distinctive, just a regular guy watching games and all that.
Whatever the opposite of a foot fetish is what I am. I find feet disgusting.
It is
I don't want to see anyone's feet.
If I could rule out anything, it would be men wearing flip flops.
Yeah.
Who wants to see that?
The worst.
What is his wife, the friend of your wife, like?
She's outside having a gay old time, making eggs, watching the little ones run around. Like, our little one, he's more this way. Like, is that school? Is he fitting into that? Like that conversation's outside. Like, I don't want to. What does he eat? And like, do they have time? They only give ours 20 minutes for lunch every day. Like, and it's really not good for the younger. Like, because she really like I don't want to be a part of that either.
Yeah.
But then where am I supposed to go? Back into my safe place, into my little place? Not anymore. There's some open feet out there in there on my couch.
That's crazy. Did you disinfect after? I mean,
yes, yes, I did. I'm not ashamed to say. I said, she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you think I'm doing?" Of course, I'm gonna wipe down where this guy was.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nasty.
Wow. So you're just me or everyone is. You don't want to have conversations with people sometimes.
I mean, I like to talk to some people.
You know what?
It happens about
That's
3% of the population.
But your move you described, I definitely do that. I avoid the eye contact and think.
Oh,
if
I
we
thought you were saying I would take
no,
my socks off in another
Sorry.
person's home.
No.
He doesn't even take his socks off his
Yeah, I
own.
don't even like taking my shoes off at home.
Yeah.
Can you imagine really like what goes through your head? What kind of life have you led up to the point where you think it's even
Did he grow up on
remotely
a boat?
appropriate to remove your
Beyond that,
socks?
I don't even need to know anything more to know that I don't want to know any of his friends. Because he is socialized in a group where that's okay. And that's not...
I
don't
can't
need to know
attack
that.
him because I'm in the same spot. Like I've found my choices in life have led me to the exact same place, man. We're both sitting here. We're the cucks. We're hanging out with our wives' friends. This is what we do. This is how we live. This is the way men approach life. We're coattailing, and our wives are setting us up. Like you guys will talk about basketball. Go ahead and whatever. But I mean, that's all I need to know. Don't need to see you again.
He has a group of guy friends
Maybe.
that all take their shoes and socks off around each other. And that's not okay.
Think about that.
That's
Think
not
about
okay.
that. Like where is this weird place?
It's
Because
not.
I like to watch sports and I like to hang out and
It's a weird
whatever, and have a
tension.
drink and while we watch it. Like, but no one I have ever known has been like, not even asked or just gone ahead and done it. Either way, has ever been like, you know how I like to watch my sports? Sockless.
And it's a weird, it's occupying a weird space between the sort of like objective, just like sports, which are just over here, and this raw vulnerability of the sockless foot.
What about me made you feel like I'm comfy enough with this jerk off that I'm going to take my socks off
Well,
in
it
his
sounds
home?
like it happened before you were even in the room.
I was in there. I said, basketball's on. Oh, well, what's your team? Who yeah? Did you do a pool? How many pools did you do? Like, these are the stupid conversations,
Yeah.
but they're marginally by a tick, by a whisker better than talking about like, well, her third grade teacher, she was really tough, and they just didn't jibe, and so that's why we thought that maybe if we
I had
that's
all
even
those
worse.
conversations the other night. Okay. I have a Just Mirror Everyone, and I realized it while you were doing your Just Mirror Everyone. Dave, of late, I am having trouble with angles. When I think of a 45-degree angle, or let's make it easier math-wise, when I think of like a 60-degree angle, when I try to picture that, I'm like, wait, which side am I going on? Am I going 120, or I'm not doing the math right. Am I doing the big one or the little one?
Okay.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I did
I think
not
so.
follow that.
I think she's having trouble knowing if the angle is like this or like this.
Clockwise?
No,
or counterclockwise?
Not really. If I'm trying to describe something, I am having trouble figuring out what the two planes are. Because if you go look at 360, okay, so here's the 360. Am I doing this angle or this angle? And I realized none of that made sense to the listener. I'm having trouble with angles. I'm going to start carrying a protractor. Thank you.
You need one of them circular houses.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Move, why do you have to bend
Right.
to angles? You don't. Just live in a circle house. Get like a
Tired of
lighthouse.
Living in a man's world with all these harsh angles. Anyone else have a Just Mirror Everyone?
I do not.
All right, let's move on to Hey, Go Fuck Yourself.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Do you have one, Dave?
That is basically the jerk list, the
Oh, yeah.
shame report, something like that. Just listing. I mean, obviously, I could go on. I could just rest. I could just say the defense rests or the offense rests, the footman.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I have so many directions to go. I just talked. A lot of people reacted to I was on the Lebitard show a month ago, and a lot of people agreed with me, and then a few other people didn't. Was that I think that conditioner is a big scam. I think it's just shampoo. I don't think there's any difference. I think soap. I think liquid soap is shampoo, and shampoo is liquid soap. And furthermore, I think there's maybe they put a little bit of cream or I don't know what in the conditioner. But then people were like, I mean, like, what am I, a prince? I don't need to condition my hair. Like, I'm going to wash my hair. That's enough. Like, I have to condition it is a weird word, too, that they attach to it. Like, a weird.
Like you're training
conditioning my hair to do what,
Right.
Right. And then I feel like, so that was a thing. It's sort of like back scratchers, like they came and went. Like everybody had that, like in 1978, I feel like everybody had to have a back scratcher. Everybody.
Daniel has several telescoping back.
Is that true?
You
have an itchy back.
And there's a particular face he makes when he scratches his back.
It is the greatest when you've got that itch.
It feels nice.
So,
do the
otherwise
face.
I'm doing a door jam situation.
Do the face when you finally get the spot.
I think this is going to be reminiscent of the letters that Allison's
it
mom
is.
sent.
Yeah, it is a bit orgasmic.
Let me show you.
Yeah, no, I live for the back scratcher, but I get you. It's maybe
faddish.
it's more like those like hands that you throw with, and you can
grab stuff and stick to the wall.
Yeah.
It seemed like if you would be if you had a time machine and you went back to, like I say, I don't know, circa 1980. You would think one of the great plagues of 50 years ago was itchy backs. Like a lot of, because they were all kinds, and they were always like as a souvenir shop, you could always get one with a Disneyland back scratcher or a Pittsburgh Penguins back scratcher.
It was like a Mickey's hand.
Yeah, right. Like sometimes in a claw, right? At the bird sanctuary or whatever. But anyhow, I feel that here I want to go to the shampoos, the conditioners, I should say, are sort of a thing. And they're like, I think they're not just buying the soaps. Now they're buying the shampoos, and some percentage of them are reading the instructions on the shampoo and repeating. They're like you're supposed to, have you read the instructions on a shampoo?
Yeah, it always says shampoo. Yeah.
You're supposed to shampoo
twice, apparently.
Then rinse it out, then shampoo, then repeat. You don't know that?
Why?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's why I think why, because the man wants you to use up your shampoo twice as quickly. I think that's the scam.
Yeah.
But my eyes are open. I don't know. Maybe.
But why hasn't anyone else learned that lesson? Like, just repeat it.
Well, I think so. Then they go like, if they're on the hook, let's do some conditioner. Let's introduce something that you gotta have because your cleansing isn't complete until you condition too.
Right.
And then I feel for like a generation or two, people are like, yeah, conditioner. Then I feel like they must have been like, sales have dropped off significantly. What are we going to do with all this conditioner? And then you go to the hotels, and for like at least 20 years, it was like, this shampoo is combined with the conditioner right in there.
Oh, right.
Like whether you want it or not, and the scam was there was nothing in it. It's the same thing. It wasn't conditioner and shampoo. They were the same. It was the same formula jammed in there in the first place, but they had to do something with the excess. So they did all this. Anyway, a lot of people agreed with me about that. But very quickly, I would like to say that I don't think everybody is full. And I mean this. I don't think people are tuned in to the fact that these billionaires who own all the streamers did all this stuff with the streamers, Netflix and beyond, because they could do it and crippled an industry that was working just fine for 100 years. Things come and go. And if the demise of Hollywood is upon us and has been for the last many years, so be it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Things come and go. Things get outmoded like itchy backs. But I feel like these guys did it. It was a completely an industry that was working A-okay. And they're like, but you know what? We could take it over just because we can. And they had the tech to do it. And they, in doing so, crushed an entire industry where literally millions of people have moved and will continue. I don't know how many, imagine if you were 22, like, what do? Do you move to Hollywood anymore? If you're like, I want to be a TV writer, like, what would you do? And they just did it because they could get away with doing it. And they're just, as it turns out, as we have learned in a number of circumstances over this last decade, as it turns out, like, it was a lot of like yeah, you just shouldn't do that because why not? It just seems unnecessary and maybe a little cruel and just in the pursuit of more wealth. And that's about the justification for doing it. And beyond that, there's no ethical or moral cause to do these things. And that's where we are. And now there are all these people living in Los Angeles. Like, what the hell are we supposed to do now?
I know.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Hey, streamers.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
I have one. Okay.
I have one too. So.
Oh, I'm excited to hear yours. Dave, you mentioned myopia earlier. Are you actually nearsighted? Or did you mean that metaphorically?
Myopic? No, well, in fact, I'm farsighted. Yeah. All of a sudden, as I turned old,
that's what I mean. Yes.
Aging. What I have. That's another one I'll say very quickly is I knew about my eyes going and everything and hair going gray or falling out and whatever. Nobody told me that my ears were going to grow a mustache. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
I mean, do you get that? I bring this up to guys and they're like, I had no. What is the?
I don't know.
What is the backstory on this?
Why do ears need hair?
Darwin. At what point did human beings' ears need hair on them to have a beard?
What was the evolutionary necessity for getting hair in your ears when you get older?
Oh, right. If you need it, you need it. Right. Give me it when I'm 3 months old.
What was happening to old guys for millions of years?
Ears were freezing off.
So anyway, I had perfect vision for much of my life. Everyone said, just wait till you turn 40, just wait till you turn 40. Turn 40, still perfect vision for many years. But then eventually it caught up with me. And so now I do need a tiny bit of distance correction, but I don't actually wear that. I just need the readers. But I wear one contact lens. It's called monovision. I know it's weird that it works, but you can put a magnification lens in one eye and then your brain kind of knows how to do it.
No way. I would just think that would give you headaches.
It weirdly doesn't,
vertigo
but it began not working as well like some months ago. And I was just like, why does my brain not know what to do? But then I realized it's because it's underpowered. So I had some samples of stronger contacts and it was like someone turned on a light. I was like, oh my God, this is what's been like wrong with my life. But before that happened, I had made an appointment. So there are eye drops. I don't know if you've heard of these. It's like Vuity or Viz. There's supposedly you put them in your eye and for like 6 hours, you don't need reading glasses. So I called the optometrist to see about that. You have to have an appointment with the doctor. So I made the appointment to get the samples or the prescription for these drops. But then before I got in there, I had started hearing from more people that they're not well tolerated. They make your vision dim and they give people headaches. So I'm like, well, I'll keep the appointment though, just in case, because they said they have samples of this. I'll try it. And also I've since realized my contact prescription is not strong enough and I know exactly what I need. So go in for my appointment. 8:45. I don't know who, she's like a tech, the person who's doing all my stuff before I see the doctor. And so I say to her, she's like, do you have any complaints with your eyes? And I'm like, yeah, my contact is like underpowered. I can't see very well. So could I get the stronger prescription or some samples? And she's like, oh, we can't do that. You'd have to have an appointment with an optometrist and we don't have any optometrists available. I'm going to see the ophthalmologist. I'm like, he can't do that. And I say, well, could I get some samples? And she's like, no, because your prescription expired over a year ago. So we can't give you sample. Like you can't, I know exactly what I need. They can't legally give me samples. And even if we did, it would just be one. Like they've given me 5 at a time before. So then I say, and I'm getting like more and more frustrated because I know it. And because I know I don't really want these eye drops. I just thought I'm here. I need the stronger prescription. And then finally I'm like, well, I can't see, so I need some help here. She's like, let me talk to the optometrist is not seeing anyone till May, by the way.
Doctor, like, this woman can't see angles. Can you do something for her?
So she finally and I'm like so depressed at this point. She comes back in. She's like, okay, the optometrist can see you now. So anyway, to her, woman who was no help and was just what Daniel referred to as a no bird, go fuck yourself.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
You know that kind of person, Dave, who you just know immediately, like their answer is going to be no out of principle, and you just got to push through the no.
But I kind of felt like maybe I should just wait till I'm talking to the doctor, because she was just the lowest rung on the totem pole.
Yeah.
And because I just can't believe that as an ophthalmologist, he legally cannot help me with my prescription. Is that possible?
I think the like expiring glasses prescription is so stupid.
Yes.
Anyway, because it's like,
Right.
Oh, so it doesn't work anymore? I don't understand.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, there's still, even, let's say my prescription did change.
Yeah.
These are still going to help me.
Yeah.
It's still going to be
she
better
said
than nothing.
You have to make a contact appointment, and they have to fit you for contacts. But then when I finally saw the optometrist, she didn't stick a contact in my eye or fit me. She's just like, oh, so what do you want, the 150 or the 175? And I said the 175. She's like, and then she gave me 10 as a sample and wrote my prescription.
It's a racket.
I feel I'm not a big worry about getting inoculated and all that. I would feel like I would be a little bit scared. Like, what is this voodoo? You just
drops.
pour it on the eye. Just make your eye work for a little bit.
So what it does is it constricts your pupil, and because the guy said if you make a little pinhole with your hand and look through it, you'll be able to see better, which I didn't realize. So
it just makes
it.
If I squint my eyes, I can see better.
So it constricts your pupil, but that's why it's kind of dim for a little while.
If Allison were to suddenly wake up and just be super duper cross-eyed, would that be enough to say goodbye, Daniel? Would you be like, nope, I'm standing by you?
That might be sexier, actually.
Rude. Just doing it for you?
Bit.
Who's more likely to stay with the other if there's a significant change physically? For the worse.
I would stay.
Daniel is going to stay with Allison, even if Allison.
Yeah, because I think he doesn't want to. Because the idea of having to find someone new is such a hassle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a dream the other night that Daniel had impregnated a blonde lady.
Oh.
And I wanted to know.
She won't tell me anything more about her, though.
I don't know anything. Well, that's not my fault. And I was like, did she seduce you or did you seduce her? I want to know.
Oh, so you were angry. You weren't like, what a relief.
No, I was angry because he was planning to both stay here and also.
Oh, you had the move, which was the nightmare of the dream. The nightmare element of the nightmare was like,
yeah.
Now I got to pack up and leave? Sheesh.
Fuck that.
Do I get the mannequin?
Oh my God. No, he can have that. Daniel, I'm taking the fish. What's your just mirror, everyone?
Well, garbage disposal manufacturers have decided that the drain cover, not the one that's the full cover, but the one with the cross slashes so that you can get the food through it, has to be so fucking tight that food cannot pass through
Yes.
it.
We have a sink full of food.
So, the whole point of a garbage disposal is you dump the fucking Cheerios in the sink. It should go down, but instead it just floods the sink. And then I have to take something that is going to be at risk and shove it down into this dangerous maw. It's bad design.
So I was
it should go down the fucking drain.
I was literally just thinking of this the other day because when we moved in, the way maybe you guys piss on things to mark your territory, the way I said, Allison Rosen is here, is I said, we need a different fixture for the sink. I don't know why. It just seemed like the thing that needed to happen. So we got a different nozzle.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the water pours, it no longer lines up with where the disposal is. It's a little bit in front of it. And I wonder if
I'll take the thing off. It's not enough. Maybe it's not enough water pressure to push the stuff.
I wonder if the
sink.
old one would have pushed it.
But I feel like you need a lot of pressure because we got a new one recently. Maybe that's part of it. So the plastic's very stiff.
Yeah.
We
need to condition our disposal.
Maybe that would help.
Our whole sink situation is a nightmare because it's not just that, but we moved into a house that had one of these farmhouse fucking sinks where it's got corners and like
a metal farmhouse sink.
And no barely a dip to the drain. You want a nice you want it to
flows,
drain.
right.
So it's like you just get shit.
You want
in the fucking
170 or
corners.
10 for that angle.
There should be no corners on a fucking sink.
I'm with you on disposals too. We have a lot of sink issues too, and disposal, and why is that? Ours got clogged about like 6 weeks ago. I had to pay a lot of money to get a guy over to the wife is forever disappointed in my inability. Like, what do you think magically I'm going to turn into something that you see on TV, like the capable man? Like you chose,
Right.
you made your choice.
It's on her.
Don't try to wish me into something.
Dave, next time that happens, just hold up a mirror. Just be like, while you're mad. Right?
Who's to blame for this?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at her.
That's right.
But the guy came over. He's like, I see the culprit. He took out. He's like, it's this broccoli. And I'm like, why can't I put broccoli into the disposal? Like we live in it.
It's just for liquid.
I've seen Fargo. The wood chipper. I don't know if that's. I mean, I know that's not a true story. I don't think. But the wood chipper like seems to chop up human bones. Like we don't. Yeah. All right. Well, then why can't it chop up We have choppers that work to chop up bones. They got a broccoli is gonna bring it to
Broccoli
its knees.
should go through.
No, it doesn't. Though
That's a minimum.
Anything you want to put down there, you shouldn't. Is basically what I've learned.
But that's what it is.
That's
no,
bad.
Eggshells, no.
Can I tell you the most overrated piece of kitchen equipment of our lifetime?
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts as a hot take. It's the microwave oven. I don't know, maybe when it came out, if it was a revelation, but it doesn't, but you can't make things in it. The claim that it makes things for you, you can heat stuff. Like if you get factor meals, great. It will heat something that is already cooked and make it taste fine, but you can't cook anything in it. You ever try a piece of chicken? You ever try to do something like that? It's very limited what you can do with it. It's got all sorts of rules and the assumption that every child understands what can and can't survive, all these things. And by the way, the air fryers come along and completely outmoded it. I now say your home should come equipped with an air fryer and get rid of the microwaves forever because now it's standard. It's in there.
I'd be cool with that. When we first met, I had no microwave, and I
was like, "How do you live? How do you live?" Well, because I'm a big microwave user, and then now we've had various air fryers, and I'm the person who I still put stuff in the microwave, but everyone else has switched to the air fryer.
What a revelation! You also need an old school. I fancied from a distance for many years one of the kind of toasters you see in movies that pops up the bread bing, and
we have that.
The slices pop up, and that's fun. And I never had one of those growing up, and I always wanted. And
Did you have a toaster? Were you a toaster oven family?
Toaster oven, yeah. And I like that, just the slice of bread pops up thing. But then I realized, it's limited too. I can't make a cheese bagel, for instance.
Sure.
But of course, you should do your pizza in the toaster oven or air fryer, never in the microwave. That's what I'm getting at.
I agree.
You should write an instruction manual.
I may.
Dave's little instruction manual.
I may.
Yeah. Listen, guys, normally I would do podcast pals product picks, but I have got to pee. I might die. So I think we're going to have to save that for the next
Shout out Yamakaze. I was all prepared. Me and the boys made a trip down to Little Tokyo yesterday. Then we headed down Mexico way without ever leaving downtown LA. We had sushi and we had tacos and we had all the rest of it. But Yamakaze stole the show. What they have is butter sugar toast.
That sounds so yummy.
Oh, just find it at Yamakaze. Tell them Dave sent you, or don't. They'd probably be like, well, who? Wait, why? It'd be very confusing. Just go up and order the butter toast.
This has been so much fun catching up with you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Where can we find you?
Somewhere in about 10 years. Let's not overdo it. On YouTube and wherever you find your podcast, Football America, the Lebitard Network.
You forgot the exclamation point.
Exclamation mark for people who love football. People like Daniel. Yeah. Daniel can come over and hang out anytime he wants because I can tell he'll sit there and we'll watch passively some football. Maybe we'll make some inane observations like, I think this guy actually is left off the list of best quarterbacks a little bit too regularly. And there would be no danger of him taking the socks.
My shoes will stay on.
Yeah.
I promise. That's my DQ promise.
Daniel?
What?
Anything?
What?
Tony?
Same old shit.
All right. I would like to remind everyone that what you need in your life is an extra hour of the news with Allison *. space, all the way at the bottom, and Daniel. And you get that at patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Patreon.
Thank you everyone for being on the show. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?